Act 4, See Eye to Eye. About 2 weeks have passed. I've met Sachi for lunch every day. I've met Sachi for lunch on the stairway that leads up to the roof every day, and she's gone through the countless manga and novels. We've also gone to and from school together when we could. Sachi hasn't asked for help since the day I offered it to her, but even still, every now and then I go around to her classroom to meet her. Of course, I try not to draw attention to myself anymore and just go to retrieve Sachi as quickly as I can. Even though Sachi's free from Sadakawa, I think she's still worried about being bullied. There's no especially noticeable change, but Sachi's smile doesn't seem fake like it did before. Little by little, smiling is becoming more natural for her. What are you smiling about? Today, as always, I arrive at home after walking Sachi to her house, and I run into my mom, who seems to have come out to check the mail. Oh, nothing. Is my face betraying what I'm thinking? I try to put on a more neutral expression as I reply. You've been getting up so early this past few weeks. Having fun at school? Something like that. It's not like we've actually been planning to meet up in the morning. We just keep getting lucky, I guess. But yes, it does mean that I've been getting to school earlier than I used to. The main reason I'm leaving early is that I'd hate to let the chance to meet Sachi in the morning slip away. The fact that it's put a stop to my habit of being late is just a nice side effect. Oh, my. I thought she was going to pry into my school life, but the mail seems to have caught her attention first. She scans the envelopes and eventually stops on one. Separating from the others, she reads it and after a moment, finally sighs. What's wrong? I won tickets to a private showing of a new movie, but it's on the same day that we plan to visit some of your father's relatives, so I can't go. A private showing? You really hit it big. Well, I do enter a lot of these kinds of drawings. Filling out entries to these prize lotteries is my mom's hobby. She systematically scans the web and fills out every one she can find. She actually wins quite a few of these private showings, so my dad and I accompany her to them pretty often. You said you had plans for that day. When is it? You usually do everything you can to go to these. It's this Sunday afternoon. These sneak peeks are usually on weekday nights, but not many people go on Sundays. Well, hey, could I have those tickets since you and Dad can't go? Sure, I don't mind. I don't know if the movie's good or not, but I still don't want to waste the tickets. Great, thanks. And that's how I got them yesterday. Lunchtime, as I eat with Tomo and Akemi, I show them the tickets for the private showing that I got from my mom. Oh wow, I've never heard of that movie, but it looks so fun! Akemi is practically squealing with delight as she looks over the tickets. So now the answer to the question of which of us to invite is neither, I'm guessing. Good guess, Tomo. Oh my god, I'm congested today. Huh? What? No way! He didn't say that! Bad guess, Akemi. Oh, what the heck? I totally thought I knew where you were going with this, but you're not taking us. You're a meanie and an asshole. I want to see the movie too. Sorry, I've only got 2 tickets. If I invite one of you, that means I have to leave the other of you behind. So he's going to invite you-know-who instead. I know who? Oh, Sashan. Yeah, so what do you think? What do we think? They're your tickets, and besides, you're the one who knows your relationship with her best. Whatever. Sure, go ahead and invite her. Well, I've never hung out with a girl outside of school. I'm a little nervous. Hello! What about the trip we took together on the holiday? You're a poor replacement for a girl. That sucks. Oh my god, what's that supposed to mean? No, what I mean is that whenever we meet, Tomo's almost always there as well. Yeah, well, I guess that's true. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but you're the one she knows best. We can't really give you much advice, but if you coerce her into going, she's never going to be comfortable around you again. If you plan to accompany her there, that should be enough to convince her, right? Yeah, you're probably right. I guess I should actually find out where we're going first though, huh? Man, I guess it does make the most sense for you to take Sachi instead of us. I still feel like I'm missing out though. Well, if Sachi ends up rejecting me, I'll hand the tickets off to you two, since at that point I wouldn't know what to do with them anyway. Huh? You sure? But you could go alone if you wanted, couldn't you? Maybe, but do I want to go alone? Besides, these tickets are in my mom's name. If one of the people trying to use them isn't female, they might not accept them at all. Anyway, that's all moot if Sachi agrees to come. I can't make the I can't make the decision for you now that I have a stake in it. Do I want to see the movie, or do I want to stay when I finally meet Sasha to come sooner? I guess either would be cool. Will be good. What about you, Tomo? If you do hand the ticket off to us, that means I have to spend the day with Akemi, which is a pretty tiring prospect. Then again, I can't exactly refuse your generosity. I am free that day, and going to a movie might be a worthwhile diversion. Wow, I didn't realize you were that excited to go on a date with me, Tomo. Look, I'll do it, but do you know how much energy it takes the average human to keep up with you? The two keep talking, but I think they've already forgotten what has to happen before they get the tickets. Thanks for your input, guys. Anyway, I'm done with my lunch, so I'm going to hurry up and go find Sachi. I stand up and head for the stairway. Oh, Mamoru-senpai! What's up? Sachi is, yet again, sitting at the same place in the same way as when I first met her. I've been coming by day after day, and each time I leave, it seems like she's a little brighter. It's comforting. Hey, are you doing anything this Sunday? I get right to the point, sitting down in my own usual spot. Sunday? No, I don't have any plans. Why do you ask? Well, my mom won one of those sneak peeks for a new movie, but she can't go to it. She gave me the tickets. There's only 2, so I wasn't sure what to do with them at first, but... What? A movie? With me? Don't you have any other friends you can invite? It's not that I don't, but I don't have enough tickets for both of them. If you refuse, I was just going to give the tickets to them, but I'm asking if you want to go first. Yes, of course. Oh, but the movie theater's far away, isn't it? Yeah, but we can just take a train, can't we? Or did you not want to travel too far? No, it's not that. Just if we take the train, we have to pay for tickets. Doesn't your aunt give you an allowance or something? Not really. I've never asked for it. Are you and your aunt on bad terms? I don't think she really likes me that much, though, to be honest, I'm not really sure. You don't know? Oh, you don't know? Don't you live with her? Couldn't you ask other family members or something? No, it's fine, really. My family, my mom got sick and died many years ago. As for my dad, I was told he left when I was very young. Your mom... Oh, wow, I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. It's been a long time since then. Oh, well, what about your dad? You said he left? No one ever told me what happened, but he probably left because of me. I think he must have left right after I was born. I don't have any memory of him. Sachi's eye seems to dim as she tells me this. I suppose she wouldn't really remember if she was that young when he left, but I could see a little glimmer of sadness in her eye when she admitted it. My mom didn't get mad at me though. She did her very best to raise me alone. She was a very kind mother. It was probably too much for one person to handle though. It took too much of a toll on her body, and after that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so depressing. No, I brought it up. I'm the one who should be apologizing. So after that, your aunt took custody of you? Yes, that's right. Aunt Mayumi seemed to be really close with my mom. Before she died, my mom told Mayumi that she was counting on her to take care of me. That's why she adopted me. But I'm sure my aunt hates me. She just hasn't said anything. She probably blames me for her unhappiness and the death of her beloved sister. You must not like your aunt very much. No, that's not it. I'm grateful to her for taking care of me. I just don't want to be a nuisance to her. It wouldn't be right for me to ask her for something as selfish as spending money. I see. Well, thanks for telling me all that. I've never had anyone to talk to before, so thank you for listening to me. But you know, I really do want to hang out with you. If you want, I can pay for the train ride and stuff, and I don't mind at all. No, I couldn't. I want to hang out with you too, but I have to ask Mayumi if I can go first. But if you have to pay for me, we should just not go. I don't want to be a nuisance to you any more than to my aunt. I don't know about your aunt, but you're not being a nuisance to me at all. But there's no rush. Why don't you decide after you've asked her? Yeah, alright. By the way, since we have to go all the way to the next town to get to the movie theater, why don't we get there early so we can just wander around a bit? The movie starts in the afternoon, so we can get lunch or something. Okay. I suddenly feel very nervous. Come on, this isn't some huge event. We're just going to have a little fun. Loosen up. I'll try. There you go. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. Do you have a cell phone? We should exchange numbers before we forget. It'll be useful in case we want to get in touch later on. Oh, yes. I carry one in case of emergencies. The cell phone Sachi takes out is ancient, but she fumbles with it awkwardly. It's really plain too, not a single sticker or anything, not even one of those silly straps. How do we do this? I think you have to press this. She must not use it much. In fact, it looks like she barely knows how to use it at all. I guess that worked. Thank you. Come. Oh wait, wrong voice. Come to think of it, what's the movie about? Oh right, I should have told you before. It's some movie from Germany. It doesn't look like it's some huge adventure, more like a drama, I guess. Though the story is pretty light, so maybe it's more like comedy? I take the flyer that came with the tickets out of my pocket to show Sachi. Oh, that looks interesting. I've never seen it, so I can't tell you if it's interesting or not. Even going to a movie theater is exciting. I've only ever seen movies on TV. Well, a private showing isn't something you can just go to any time. It's not a regular movie theater, and after it's over, you have to fill out a simple questionnaire. But that also sounds exciting. I'm glad you think so then. The bell chimes as lunch period ends. Oops, looks like we need to get going. I'll ask my aunt about the movie when I get home. Alright, great. See you later. The next day, I've got a lot on my mind as I'm walking to school along the route Sachi always takes. Hopefully Sachi talked to her aunt about coming to hang out with me. I wonder what her aunt will say. Sachi doesn't seem to think she likes her very much. Sachi's covered in wounds, but her aunt didn't seem concerned about it in the slightest when I met her. Maybe Sachi's right. Actually, I did kind of get that impression. She seemed really cold, although I can't really judge her based on the tiny amount of contact I've had with her, so I don't know if that's really how she is. If her aunt didn't say it was okay, Sachi will naturally refuse, but I still want to take her out even if I have to force her to let me pay for her train ticket. If her family isn't supporting her, then that's all the more reason for me to do so. I mull these things over as I walk, staring at the passing pavement beneath me without looking up. Good morning, Mamoru-senpai! I look up to see Sachi standing before me. Oh, good morning, Sachi. Something wrong? Nothing. I wasn't looking where I was going, so you surprised me. Sorry. I'm used to having to catch up with her. This is the first time I've heard her call out curl out from behind me. She seems happy to see me. I was wondering if I'd see you while I was walking. My aunt said it was okay for me to spend the day with you, senpai. She even said she'd pay for the train and lunch. Really? That's great. Yes! I was preparing for the worst. This is a little unexpected. I'm looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, me too. Well, speaking of which, I heard the movie is actually based off of some German novel. We continue chatting about the movie, what we'll do that day, and other little things until we arrive at school. Sachi seems to be more excited about this than I thought she would be. She doesn't even know that much about the town we're headed to. Sunday, the day I'm going out with Sachi. We decided I would meet her at her house since it's so close to my own. I had some time to spare, so I arrived at Sachi's house a little earlier than we discussed. I don't mind waiting if she still needs to get ready. I ring the doorbell. After a little while, I hear soft footsteps approaching shortly before the front door opens. However, standing before me is not Sachi, but her aunt Mayumi. It's not like I was kind of expecting this, but I'm surprised nonetheless, and my body goes rigid. Good morning. I'm here to meet Sachi. Good morning, Mamoru-kan. I've heard all about it. It seems like Mayumi is searching me for something with her icy gaze. Good morning, senpai. You're here early. Sure enough, Sachi appears behind Mayumi. It seems like she's ready to go, but she looks between Mayumi and me with a troubled expression. I think Sachi is more surprised than I am that Mayumi answered the door. But Mayumi pays Sachi no mind as she stares at me and begins to speak. The movie ends in the evening, right? Once the movie is over, come right home, okay? Right, we will. I wasn't planning on staying out that late anyway, but the warning look in her eyes is a little unsettling nonetheless. Alright then. Oh, no, that's her. Alright then, off you go. With that, Mayumi steps aside and lets Sachi out onto the street. Yes, goodbye. We get a good distance away from Sachi's house before we start speaking again. I'm sorry about that. Why are you apologizing? I mean, I was surprised, but it seems like she was just worried about you. She probably just didn't want to have to deal with any trouble I might cause. Actually, I have no idea what she was thinking. Maybe Sachi's right after all. Whatever, forget about it and let's get going. Yeah, sure. We're about to start heading in the direction of the station, but... What's wrong? Huh? What do you mean? I was so distracted with thinking about Mayumi that I didn't notice that Sachi's wearing casual clothing. This is the first time I've seen her in anything other than her uniform. She's wearing a plain skirt and a worn out hoodie. I realized Sachi put her hood up and her head down as soon as we started walking. Do you really have to walk that way? Huh? This is how I always do it. Do you not like it? No, it's really suspicious looking. I think it would be best if you took off the hood at least. It's suspicious looking? Yeah, well, when someone has their hood up and can't see their face, don't you think that person looks kind of suspicious? Oh, I see. This is how she always does it? I don't know what it's like for her, but still, when she's with me, I don't want her to act weird like that. We're supposed to be walking together, but I can't even see her face. Look, I know you usually try not to let people see you, but you're with me today, you know? No matter what happens, I'm right here next to you. Okay, yeah, you're right. She's still anxious, and she's still keeping her head down, but at least she seems to have given up on the hood for now. Right, let's get going then, shall we? Okay. Since it's the weekend, the street to the station has quite a few people on it, and that goes double for the shopping center we have to go through to get there. The train itself isn't any better, it's so packed. In fact, it's so packed in fact that I don't think it's going to be possible to have any kind of conversation with Sachi until we arrive at our destination. That said, since our destination isn't particularly far away, it doesn't take that long to get there, and we both feel a little relieved once we get off the train. There sure are a lot of people out today. You okay? Yeah, I don't really use the train, so I was startled to see so many people on it, but I'm alright. Great, then why don't we walk around and try to find somewhere to eat? Sure! We start walking toward an area that probably has a place we can eat at. Actually, I already know where I'm taking her since I looked around for a good place beforehand. I thought it'd be better to take Sachi to a quieter place where she can let her guard down while we talk, rather than a street with a lot of big shops and a ton of people. I tried to start a conversation with Sachi, but as I turn my head to look at her, she's nowhere to be found, and I immediately start to panic. I quickly realize that she didn't actually disappear. She's just walking several meters behind me for some reason. Why? Weren't we supposed to be walking together? Sachi? I quickly turn around and close the distance between us. Yes? What is it? Do you not want to walk next to me or something? No, nothing like that. It's just, I don't know if you want me to walk next to you. Why wouldn't I want you to? What? But if you walk next to me, people might think you know me. But I do know you. That's why I want to walk with you. Yeah, but... I understand what she's getting at. She definitely draws a lot of attention. I saw that she got a lot of startled glances and stares from people we passed on the street as we were making our way here. I feel like a lot of them were overreacting, though that's not exactly surprising to me either. I guess it's only natural that she'd want to hide her face to avoid these stares. Maybe stopping her from wearing her hood wasn't the best idea. Put your hood up if that makes you feel better. I want to walk next to you. But you said... She takes half a step backwards, putting a little more distance between us. I don't think there's anything wrong with being seen with you. Come on, don't run away. I close the half step distance and grab her hand to keep her here. Huh? We're going to be seen together anyway, so we might as well walk together, right? I'm fine with it, but if you don't want to walk with me, just say so and I'll let go of your hand. I do want to, but isn't this a little... Her voice becomes a whisper as she stares at the ground, but after a moment, she tilts her head up just enough to look at me. Senpai, is this really okay? Of course, I don't see anything wrong with it. Okay then, let's go. Thanks. Thank you. Her grip on my hand tightens ever so slightly. Actually, I'm finding myself getting a little flustered as well, but I don't think I could let go of her hand even if I wanted to. With our hands clasped together, I start to worry that my grip on her hand is too tight or that I'm walking too quickly for her. As I become aware of everything I could be doing wrong, I quickly start to feel very embarrassed. I'm too focused on these details to actually make conversation with Sachi. I try to calm down, forcing myself to not think about anything and focusing only on the feeling of Sachi's hand in mine. Her slender hand is warm, and faintly I can feel that warmth flood into my own hand. She adjusts her grip, and rust spots on her otherwise smooth skin gently scrape against my palm. They feel like they may be scabs or something. Wait, didn't this hand have a bandage on it before? The shallow grooves on her soft hand are strangely alluring, and I unconsciously trace them with my fingers. Sachi's own fingers twitch in response, though I'm not sure whether this is reflex or not. Thinking I've offended her, I glance at Sachi only to find that she's already staring at me with her one big eye. Oh, sorry. It's fine. I was just wondering, like, are those scars on your hands? I wanted to feel them to make sure. It's okay. You can touch them if you want. Blood rushes to her smiling face, and I think mine probably turns just as red. That cafe, do you want to have lunch there? I saw it when I was looking for a good place to eat before we came. I've heard good things about it. I point at the first place I see that looks like it might serve food, so much for the place I had planned to take us to. It wasn't the most elegant way of changing the subject, but I can't take the embarrassment. Oh, it looks nice. Do you want to get lunch now then? Well, it's still a little early for lunch. Maybe we should just wander around a bit more and come back later. That's true. Okay, let's come back later. And with that, Sachi's hold of my hand grows tighter. This time, I squeeze back. If we didn't look like a couple when we left, we certainly do now. After that, we explored the area a bit and I enjoyed that, but we didn't say much to each other. Not Not that it was an uncomfortable silence. Sometimes I look over at Sachi, and no matter where she was looking, she was always wearing a cheerful expression. Aren't you getting bored of just wandering around? No, not at all. Even just walking around like this is fun. There's so much to see, and all these stores look interesting. Really? Well, if you see a store you like, let me know. We can stop and take a look inside if you want. I don't think I'd buy anything though. We can just browse. Even if you don't plan on buying anything, there's nothing wrong with looking, you know. I suppose not. Hey, this one looks interesting, don't you think? I stop in front of the stores we're passing. Peeking in through the open double doors, we see that the store has a trendy atmosphere with big decorations. It's selling accessories, clothing, and other classy looking merchandise. There isn't really anything here for someone who doesn't care about the latest fashions and trends, but at least there's still a lot of unusual things to look at. I've never been in a store like this. Well, maybe you can find something you like. How about this? I take something I think Sachi might like off the display just outside the door, and offer it to her. These are sunglasses? She's so confused. Try them on. Why am I giving her sunglasses? Huh? Oh, okay. She puts the sunglasses over her face, which now looks even more puzzled. That's totally unnatural. That's totally natural, of course. These sunglasses, with their two lenses, are only going to make it harder for her, with her one eye, to see. They obviously don't suit her, but her reaction is just too adorable and charming. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. Are you making fun of me, senpai? Sachi suddenly becomes very obviously depressed. I really should have been more sensitive about her eye. No, I'm really sorry. I won't do anything like that again. I'm just joking, just a little payback. Having turned the tables on me, she can't help but let her smile slip back onto her face. I didn't expect her to pull something like that. Man, I can't believe you got me with that. Seriously though, I am sorry. I should be more considerate of your It's okay. I know you didn't mean anything by it. That's true, but still. Anyway, I suggest we check out the store, but actually I think it's about time we ate lunch. Sure, let's go find the cafe again. Sachi doesn't seem to be upset at me at all, but I'm a little disappointed that she didn't get a chance to check out the store. I take one last look inside, and one of the shelves catches my eye. Hey, which do you like best out of blue, green, and orange? Huh? Well, orange. Why? No reason. Well, wait here for a second. Okay. I run into the store, leaving Sachi, who is genuinely confused this time, behind. Sorry about that. That was quick. Did you buy something? Yeah, look. I show the cell phone strap to Sachi. It's a simple orange flower dangling off a green string made to look like a stem. Oh, how cute! Is that for your cell phone? No, yours. Huh? Mine? Why? I guess something to remember today by? What? No, I couldn't. You hang on to it, senpai. Even if I did, I wouldn't use it. Well, let me pay for it then. I just bought it on a whim. Don't worry about it. Think of it as thanks for hanging out with me today. Please take it. Are you sure? Of course. It wasn't that expensive anyway, so don't feel like you owe me. Well, okay. Thank you very much. No problem. I noticed your phone doesn't have any kind of decorations on it, so I figured you might like it. But if you don't have to put it on your phone or anything. No, it's really cute. I think it's lovely. I'll put it on right now. She takes out her phone and attaches her new strap. Looks good. I was afraid the color might be too bright, but if it's the only one hanging there, it actually works out nicely. Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much, Mamoru-senpai. She looks so happy, tightly grasping her phone and smiling at the strap. My pleasure. Anyway, we should start heading to the cafe. We have a little time to spare, but if the place is crowded, we'll never get in before the movie starts, unless we go now. Yes, right, let's go. Senpai? For some reason, Sachi's voice seems to be quavering as she calls out to me. Huh? Well, I think I can guess what she's about to say, but I don't know if she's thought it through. A few moments pass in silence, then I wordlessly take her hand. Sachi doesn't say anything else and instead just squeezes my hand tightly as we start walking. Before long, we arrive at the cafe we found earlier. Luckily, there aren't many people and we find a table more or less immediately. It's warm enough today that sitting outside is comfortable, so we take one of the outdoor tables and start looking through the menu. I wonder if I should get a sandwich or not. I'm not sure I'm that hungry. A sandwich does sound good. Oh, this looks delicious. It doesn't take too long for us to decide and we soon place our orders. As we're waiting for our food, Sachi's gaze keeps drifting onto me only to flit away as soon as I notice. It seems like she wants to say something, but she's not sure how to say it. What's up? Senpai, do you want to touch my scars? Huh? This takes me so off guard that I start sputtering like an idiot. What do you mean? Nothing. It's just you were touching them before, so I thought you might want to. Oh, I see. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say in this situation. Since I met you, you've done so much for me, Marumoto Senpai, but I've never done even one thing for you. I want to do something to repay you for all the times you've made me happy, but I can't really think of anything. Sorry, that must have been a really creepy thing to ask. Please just forget about it. I get the feeling that Sachi thinks she owes me a debt. She really doesn't have that much social experience after all. After thinking about this strange proposal for a bit, I realize she really is trying to repay me in her own way. Well, yeah, sure. Huh? Your scars. I want to, touch them. Can I? I can't think of this as her repaying a debt. Just being able to be together with her is reward enough, though saying that to her probably wouldn't change her mind anyway. I feel like her letting me touch her scars will somehow lighten the burden she carries every day. Even if this is a strange thing to do, this is for Sachi's sake. I did ask to, but it's not like I actually want to feel her scars, or at least that's how I should feel. Oh, yes, go ahead. Trembling, she puts her right hand on the table. Thanks. But intentionally touching another person's injuries like this is really weird, and I feel apprehensive about doing it. Before, I only felt them because we were holding hands, but this time I'm doing it on purpose, and a girl's hand is obviously much smaller than mine. The scars cover more of her palm than I thought they might. Now that I can see them closely, it looks like they're mostly healed. The bandages that covered them seem to have been removed a few days ago, and any pain or bleeding must have subsided by now. I run my thumb along the smooth outline of the scars, tracing them. There's not much left of the scabs that must have covered these scars only a few days ago. I never got a good look at them until now. They aren't as rough as I thought they might be. I glide my thumb along the inside of the pale grooves, then back out to the edges. Scabs still occupy the very center of her scars. She would probably start bleeding again if the scabs were picked off. These scabs will probably start falling off soon anyway. I'm sure they were huge when they were fresh. The skin outlining these scabs is bright pink and closer to the center white. The center of the scar is sunken as though part of her palm was cut out, and I let my thumb creep into the depression. Ugh. Sachi's hand shudders under my touch. Sorry, did that hurt? No, it didn't. That part is still sensitive is all. I'm fine. Don't worry. I look up at Sachi apologetically and see that her face has become much redder than when we entered the cafe. Having someone examine your hands so intensely in public would probably be embarrassing for anyone. I tried rubbing her scar a bit. I probably shouldn't be enjoying this so much, but sometimes when I put pressure on her hand, she makes a really cute expression as she flinches ever so slightly. She's adorable in these moments, and seeing that makes me want to rub the part of her scab that's still healing. Alright, man, this is just so weird. It's so weird. But hey, I'm reading the story, so. Excuse me. I come out of my trance with a start as the waitress brings our food on a fold-out platter. I hurriedly give Sachi back her hand, leaving the table clear, and the waitress puts our sandwiches in front of us. Do you need anything else? No, thank you. When she brought our food, the waitress looked Sachi over curiously, and then, as she left, she shot me a strange, almost wary glance. I guess I really deserve that, though. I'm too ashamed to look at Sachi now. Oh man, she's like embarrassed. Thanks, Sachi. Yeah, if you want to touch them again, just ask. What? What? She actually wants me to touch them again? No way. I shouldn't even have touched them in the first place. Yes, because that is freaking weird. But it is a weird story. So, well, our food's here. Let's eat. Right. Hey, this is pretty good. How's yours? Mine's good too. I'm glad we came here. Things got pretty awkward between us after that, and even normal conversations feel out of place. I think it's about time we headed to the movie. Okay. We finished lunch and it seems like the awkward atmosphere between us has cleared up. I think we'll get there a little early, but at least we can get good seats this way. If we get there too late, the seats will fill up and we'll get stuck in the very back of the theater. Oh, would we? We head toward the place where the movie is being shown. We're not that far away though, so it only takes us a few minutes to get there. This is it. There are already people lining up? Oh, excuse me, hiccups now. Looks like it. They'll probably let everyone in soon though. Boy, I got hiccups now. I can't wait to see the movie. Yeah, I hope it's a good one. The movie is less than 2 hours long, and we soon find ourselves out in front of the theater again. I stretch and breathe in the cool evening air, happy to be moving around again after sitting inside for so long. That movie was great, wasn't it? Yeah, better than I thought it was going to be. The story was about a mischievous kid who gets put in a boarding school, makes some friends, and works with his teacher to make their school play a success. It's based off a children's book, so the whole thing is fun and lighthearted. We discussed what we thought of the movie. Sachi seems to have loved it, but eventually her voice gets quieter and she starts hanging her head again. The main character sure had a lot of friends and a nice teacher, and they were able to win in a tough situation. It's a really nice story. Maybe if I was born a normal person, I'd be stronger like him. She gets quieter and quieter, and eventually I can barely make out what she's saying. I'm not sure if she's talking to me anymore. Hey, Sachi. Oh, yes? Earlier you were saying how you wanted to repay me for what I've done for you, right? But, you know, just getting to be with you is enough for me. I know I can't decide for her what she thinks no matter how many times... I know I can't decide for her what she thinks no matter how many times I say that. But we spent all day together. That shows how I feel pretty clearly, doesn't it? I know I've said this before, but I'm here for you no matter what. Anything you need, I'll help however I can. I don't know if I can be considered a good-natured person, but I can say for sure that I care for her from the bottom of my heart. What I felt when I first saw her can only be described as love at first sight. The more I tell Sachi how I feel, and the more time we spend together, the stronger our bond will get. I feel like I can't take my eyes off her now. I mean, not that I can help that much. I can't do what's impossible for me, and there are some things I won't do anyway. I don't want to impose on you, senpai. Sachi is as stubborn as always when it comes to another person helping her. I know I won't get her to just meekly accept. I know I won't get her to just meekly accept this like she does with everything else. I'm not giving up though. Even if she doesn't want to impose on me, I want to be by her side. I want to make sure she can keep smiling. But thank you for the offer. I'm really glad that we got to meet, Mamoru senpai. I'm much happier now than I was before. But you know, there are still a lot of fun things we can do. I know. I wanted to introduce you to my friends so we can all hang out together. Your friends? Are you sure that's a good idea? Yeah, totally. Trust me, they're good people, and besides, I've already told you about them. If you think it's okay, well, alright. I'll look forward to meeting them then. Great. Oh, we should probably start heading home, shouldn't we? It's not actually that late, but the sun is setting and it is starting to get dark. At this point, it's probably best to do what Sachi's aunt wanted and head straight home. Yes, it's getting late. Actually, can I Ask a favor? Yeah, what do you need? Can we hold hands on the way back home? Yeah, I think that's a favor I can grant. I take Sachi's hand in mine without hesitation. I feel the warmth of her hand as she squeezes mine, and suddenly it feels like the day when she'll let herself rely on me isn't so far off.